Welcome back to Super Duper Garage. Today we are doing brakes, and we're doing brakes on one of my wife's employees, and it's her, I believe this is a 14 Toyota Highlander. Today we're working on her rear brakes, and we went ahead and got a set of PowerStop brakes, just their basic series evolution pads with just some brakes, some basic rotors. We'll show you that when we go back together, but it's on the rear and we'll show you those here. And what you can see as I try to shine the light, you can see some definite usage on this rotor. No great way to show this, but right in here you can see how the rotor is definitely ground down over the years, gotten thinner. And then on the back side here, you can tell, I can try to get it back there, kind of hard with just hands. The back side on this side is by far the worst one, but either way, when we get it off, we'll show you just how little pad life is left. The right rear is the one with the worst, or I should say the least amount of pad life left. So follow along, and if you like this type of stuff, don't forget to like and subscribe and share. So as you can see, we got the rear rotor off, and one common thing you'll always see, and a pain in the butt, especially, I feel like especially on the rear rotors, they just are, they don't come off easy. They're a pain in the butt. So you see all the dust and just the mating surface of the rotor and the hub, and just they've been stuck on there a long time. And the other thing you can see here, right there, it was just starting to touch metal to metal. So if we go back to the brakes, You can see the outside pad had a little bit, but that inside pad, basically nothing left. So definitely needing pads, or brakes I should say. There is a theory that no matter what you're doing, always replace the rotors, and the basic theory behind that is you're always mating a new set of pads to a new set of rotors. If you're just throwing pads on the old rotors, it's going to groove into those old rotors, and there's a chance you're just going to eat up those set of pads. It's not going to perform as well as a brand new set of pads and a brand new set of rotors. So we're going to clean up that hub a little bit, put on the new rotor, get some new pads in, and get this side done. All right, I was trying to get too fancy and try to piece all these pieces together and put them all together as assembly. Don't do that. That was not working. I don't know why I thought I could do that. Probably because when I tear apart the Jeep, I pull the whole stupid thing apart as an assembly. So I was like, I can put it all together as an assembly. No. So I put the bracket on and then put the pads on. Nice and simple. But I'll show you that on the other side. I had to walk away for a minute, so I stopped the recording. So now we're going to put the caliper on, get that nice and snug. Got it sucked back down. That way it'll slip right over, and push these ends in. That way it'll fit back over also. So something to think about. Don't try to make something harder than it needs to be. this is a tool you can rent from Napa, just a brake caliper tool. It took me a minute to kind of figure out how to use it. By no means am I an expert or even intermittent at it, but there's different pieces that you can adapt to here depending on the caliper size. But basically, that will just slip into the caliper hole. This will be used as a guide up against the caliper bracket. Make it nice and tight. Try to keep that as center as you can. In the caliper. And then just twist. And the caliper should move. Now, if the caliper isn't moving, there's some binding. Make sure the boot's going back nicely. You might have an issue with your caliper. And that is a completely different repair. As you can tell, this one's going back nicely. And then just go till it stops. And then that is fully seated back. So that is very nice, very simple. A decent tool. Again, you can rent that from any of your local parts stores. This particular one is just from Napa. Again, there's nothing special about this thing, but it works. If you're in a pinch, you can jam like a big pry bar and push it back. That is definitely not something I recommend, but as last effort. Another thing to always watch out for is anytime you do brake pads, always look for an inner and outer, or up or down. A lot of times they'll say on these backing plates if it's an in or out, up or down. The one thing with these, there is no information and they look identical. So they are the exact same, so that part is very nice. Alrighty, and that's a basic job on a 2014 Toyota Highlander rear brake job. And you might be asking, why PowerStop brakes? Well, I've actually ran PowerStop brakes before on my personal rig. My old tow rig, which was a 12 Ram 2500, I ran PowerStops all around on it. What was called the Z36, I believe, tow package. And I really liked them. They did great. I felt like they did better with overall stopping power than the factory ones. But what was really impressive was the lack of dust compared to the factory. Way less. I'm hoping there's less dust compared to the factory on the Toyota. I don't know. It's not my vehicle, so I'm not sure what kind of dust is being generated on this vehicle. But they're a great kit. We got this one off Amazon. $140 something like that dollars for both rotors and pads. You can't really argue with that. I'll put the link in the description. So something to think about. They're a great kit. And so yeah, go check them out for your rig. Thank you guys for following along. Hopefully that helps someone down the road. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.